What is up, guys? How y'all doing? So yeah, we just finished our last game of the season against the Patriots. So this is basically the season summary show, right? So this is where we're going to go over the stats of all of our players, offense and defense, special teams, and look at the rankings, the league leaders, and all that. And then after that, we'll get started on the wild card games and simulate those, so we know who's moving on to the division round, so we can reveal our next opponent, right? Because we got the week off. All right, so let's start with Dan, the man Marino, right? Our number 13 had a heck of a season. Completed 80.8% of his passes for 4,285 yards, 43 passing touchdowns to just 5 interceptions. He also did some 17 rushes for 74 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. So altogether, combined 46 total combined touchdowns that Mr. Marino was responsible for. So I'm going to say pretty good season, and he's going to the Pro Bowl. Alright, Scott Mitchell did not see the field because Marino did not get hurt this year. So yeah, a running back, Mark Higgs, didn't get the 1,000 yards. I was hoping he would, but those last few games, just the holes just wasn't there for him, and also the teams, surprisingly, like I said, when you got number 13 as your quarterback, you wouldn't think they'd be keying on your running game, but they did. They was the holes wasn't there, and then also they was keying on stopping our run. So it's like okay, I guess if you're going to you're going to dare us to pass, we got number 13, so we'll do that, no problem. So we tried to remain balanced, but yeah, Higgs just didn't quite get there. Almost 895 yards on 155 attempts. A 5.8 yard average, 18 rushing touchdowns, but he did catch also 26 receptions for 467 yards and another touchdown. I'm going to say that might be that's kind of high for a running back, that many catches. I just don't remember throwing that many to a running back before. Maybe it's possible, but he did catch a lot for us too. So Mark Higgs, very versatile back for us. Good weapon. Good player for us this year. Keith Byers, he just did a little bit here and there. Just only 10 rushes, 38 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. He did snag 9 catches for 126 yards and 3 receiving touchdowns. So he did okay. He's mostly our blocking back, for Higgs. Eric Kramer, he did see limited action, just a little bit. 4 carries for 13 yards, a rushing touchdown, and but he did get 10 catches, 129 yards, and a touchdown. So Eric Kramer did come in when Keith Byers was banged up. James Saxons did not see the field. He had no action there. Okay, our standout wide receiver, Irving Fryer, I'm going to say he had a pretty good year. I'm going to say he had a Pro Bowl year. 41 catches, 1,480 yards, almost 1,500 yards receiving, and 16 receiving touchdowns. So yeah, Irving Fryer, he was solid for us this year. He was lighting it up. Number 13, yeah, he was a favorite target of number 13, right? So Mark Ingram, yeah, he just had 2 catches for 27 yards and a touchdown. He didn't fill in for when Tony Martin got hurt for 1 game. So that's it, just limited action to him, because we did start Tony Martin ahead of him this year. So let's go to Tony. Also another good solid season. 34 catches, 1,273 yards, and 11 receiving touchdowns. So you're going to, that sounds about right. You know, he's our number 2. You know, Irving Fryer's our number 1, and he's our best receiver. But Tony Martin, hey, good season, solid season. I like it. He made a lot of good play for us. So we had 2 1,000-yard receivers. So nice. Scott Miller just on the returns there. 50 kickoffs for 686 yards, just a 13-yard average, and 6 punt returns for 31 yards. So not just on the special teams there for Scott. All right, our tight end Keith Jackson had a pretty good season. 34 catches, 783 yards, and 10 receiving touchdowns. So that's pretty good for a tight end, right? He made some good plays for us. Greg Beatty did not see the field, although he is on excellent. So we might look into that because of his hitting power. All right, let's go to the defense here. Jeff Cross, he had 10 sacks and that awesome fumble recovery, scoop and score touchdown against the Steelers. That was the game winner in overtime. That was like sweet, right? Mr. Jeff Cross, good season, man. He might be going to the Pro Bowl. Mike Goling, just 1 sack. Marco Coleman, 6 sacks. Brian Cox, he had 4 sacks. John Grimsley, just 1 sack. John Offerdahl, 3 sacks. David Griggs had 4 sacks. Our cornerback, J.B. Brown, had 3 interceptions for 11 yards returned. Troy Vincent had nothing. I thought he would have. He's a good player. Lewis Oliver had 3 interceptions for 34 yards returned. And Jarvis Williams just had 1 interception for 4 yards. Hey, these are our backups. They didn't see the field because nobody got hurt. Our kicker, Pete Stonovich, was 63 out of 69 on extra point attempts, so he did miss 6 extra points, but he was 8 out of 8 on field goals. So pretty good season for Pete. He could have, you'd like the extra points to be better, about missing 6 is a little high, but it happens, right? Our punter, Reggie Roby, just had 2 punts all season long for 119 yards, almost a 60-yard average. Pretty good there for Reggie Roby. So there is our team stats. Now let's check out how everybody stacked up in the NFL leaders. Okay, let's check out the passing here. There he is, Dan Marino, number 1 rated quarterback in the league. Once again, 80% completion, right? That's like insane for an entire, over the course of an entire season. You could be like, okay, maybe he had a game like that, right? It's like, no, that was his for the whole season. 4,285 yards, 22-point-yard average, right? 43 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So yeah, he was slinging it. Elway, Aikman, Kelly, Young, and Moon round out the top 6. Miller, O'Donnell, Humphreys, and DeBerg as the top 10. How about that, DeBerg, huh? Alright, let's get to the receivers. This is where I'm probably going to, be up there too much with catches anyway. Let's go. Okay, there's Irving Fryer. He's tied for the number 10 spot. Several guys had 41 catches there. Let's go to yards, though. There he is, Irving Fryer. Most yards in the league receiving. And Tony Martin's there also, number 6. So we got both of our receivers was in the top 10 receiving yardage. Let's go to touchdowns. Oh, J.J. Burdenhove was number 1. There's Irving Fryer at number 2. Martin, number 13. Okay, let's go to rushing. Wow, Thurman Thomas, 1,700 yards. Wow, he got quite a few of those yards against us. He busted out a couple big ones on us. Yeah, we're not gonna be here because we got like, let's see if we can find. Yeah, there's Higgs. Higgs is ranked number 17 among running backs, 895 yards. Attempts. He was up there in attempts, 155. We gave it to him, but except towards the end of the season, the blocking just wasn't there. They was keying on him a lot. They picked the play, and it's like, for a 5-yard loss. So after that, then you gotta, then you gotta go to the air to, make up those lost yardage, right? Let's go to rushing touchdowns. Wow, Ricky Running Waters, 27 rushing touchdowns. Unbelievable. Emmitt Smith, 24. There's Higgs. He's tied for the number 5 spot with Anderson with 18 rushing touchdowns. Punting, even though he only had 2 punts, but he was number 1 in the league. Reggie Roby, almost a 60-yard average. That means you're getting it done on offense, right? Sacks, Reggie White, 20 sacks. Yeah, O'Neal, 18. Yeah, he got us. Got Brito a few times. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of high sack guys. Our sacks were kind of spread around. I think the most guy was Jeff Cross. He had 10. Let's go to kickoff returns. Lewis of the Oilers. There's Dion. Wow, Dion had over 2,000 yards return yardage. And look at that, 87. The Falcons must have a poor defense on here because Dion had 87 kickoff returns. So that means the other team has scored that many, either touchdowns or field goals. So the opponent scored that many times. It's like for him to get that many. So the Falcons defense must be pretty shabby. Let's go to punt returns. There's Dion again. He only had 8 punt returns. So I guess that's another indication, right? He only had 8 punt returns of the defense. Okay, let's go to interceptions. Chris Dishman of the Oilers, number 1. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of interceptions. Let's go to scoring. Emmitt Smith is the leading scorer with 180 points off of 30 touchdowns. So he had, that's rushing and receiving, right? Combined. There's Higgs, he had 19 total touchdowns. So there's the league leaders. Let's go to team rankings now. There we are. We had the number 2 offense in the league, 5,305 yards. Number 1 passing offense. And rushing, yeah, it was 27th rushing. We did have as you can see there, we did have over 1,000 yards total rushing, between Higgs, Byers, and Marino. Marino actually had some, he had like 70-some yards. All right, how about the defense? Number 1 defense in the league. Number 1 pass. Number 4 against the run. I guess we're still okay. I figured we'd be rated worse on the run because we gave up some big ones, but I guess overall, though, in the big picture, we're still not too bad, Those big runs stand out, though. So, okay, guys, there's our season summary of our stats, the league leaders, and the rankings. Now, here's the playoff bracket. We're going to get the wild card games in the books, and that way we can reveal who's moving on to the next round, and ultimately revealing our next opponent. So, which will be either the Chiefs or the Browns. We're the Chiefs and the Browns play each other in the wild card, so the winner of that moves on to face Miami in the divisional. So the Bills and Oilers play. Winner of that one goes to the Chargers. Saints and Eagles. Winner of that goes to the 49ers, and the Packers and the Vikings. Winner of that one goes to the Cowboys. All right, let's get it rolling here. Well, it was tied, so it was like 31-31 and before the injury. Looks like overtime. Yeah. The Buffalo Bills. 34-31 over the Oilers, huh? Yeah, I wouldn't doubt if we face Buffalo in a championship game. If we get to the championship, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him again. So Buffalo moves on to take on the Chargers in the divisional round. Let's continue. NFC side. Saints and the Eagles. Oh, I'm going to say Eagles. They should win. Yep. Wow, just another game decided by 3 points. Eagles are moving on to face the 49ers in the divisional round. All right, here's the game that we're looking at. Chiefs and the Browns. Ooh, the Chiefs, 28-14. Well, sorry, Wargasm. I thought we was going to have Cleveland and Miami again in the playoffs, but Montana and the boys are going to be down and heading to Miami. So we're going to have Marino and Montana once again, right? There's the schedule, 28-14. Chiefs move on to face the Dolphins. Packers and the Vikings, divisional opponents in the playoffs. That happens. Wow, the Packers big, 35-13. And the Vikings won the division, right? So there you go. That just goes to show you, what you did in the regular season holds no weight now once the postseason starts. Yeah, I looked it up. The quarterback Vikings there, from what I know, my research is Jim McMahon. So no surprise there. I would think the Favre and the Packers would win that one, right? So there's the wild card games. So the next game will be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Miami Dolphins from at Joe Robbie Stadium. Alrighty, well that concludes our season summary show. So thanks for tuning in. Another season in the books. So I hope to see you tomorrow night. It's when the Chiefs and the Dolphins game premieres, okay? So hope to see you there. But yeah, I think it's going to do it for the video. Leave me your comments. Leave me your thoughts in the comments below. How do you think we did during the season? We went undefeated. pretty high ranking, offense and defense. #1 quarterback in the league. So yeah, we was cooking this year, right? We was cooking. So, but hey, that 16-0 was nice, but that don't mean diddly squat unless we take it all the way, right? If we lose in the playoffs, then it'd be like, you know, kind of, well, it'd be a major disappointment. So we're going to do everything we can to, you know, we're going to play our hearts out and see if we can bring the Vince Lombardi Trophy back to Miami, all right? So, okay, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Thanks for tuning in. But if this is your first time to the channel, tap subscribe, hit the bell, ding ding, so you're notified when I upload the videos. So we'll see you tomorrow night from Miami, taking on the Chiefs. So until next time, guys, keep it retro and come Lord Jesus.